Hey, what's up? This is your boy, Asiago, again, on the podcast known as 3 a.m. Thoughts. And so it's actually almost 3 a.m. here. So, I was supposed to record a lot earlier, but for the past, 2 hours, I was on the freaking toilet, because I was, I freaking admit it, I got addicted to Minecraft. Now, freaking my phone kept on blowing up, the entire time I was there, because freaking, the other guys want to, I'm pretty sure they want a podcast too, but I want to at least record my solo one here first, just so there's, I can keep the variety in my channel, because I want a good balance between, solo content and the content I make with them, so, here we go. So I'm gonna spend, an hour recording this. Let's see, actually, I'm gonna go, speak of the devil, play some more Minecraft, because actually, the whole reason why I was on the toilet for so long was because I spent all that time playing Minecraft. Now, literally, the only thing that actually got me off the toilet was the fact that I was playing it on my Switch, and then I for the first time ever, I got that notification, console battery low, and I'm like, oh god, I never seen this before. In the freaking, 2 years, in the freaking 2 years that I've owned the damn thing. No, wait a second. In the 2 years that I've owned the damn thing, I've never seen that notification. Damn. I've been playing for that long, because the thing was pretty much fully charged, when I got in there. But damn. Golly. So you may be asking, what was I doing in Minecraft for so long? Well, last night, I think I might have been recording whenever what I was doing on the last episode, the Minecraft experience. But what I did was I freaking played God, man. I got a whole bunch of, I'm in creative mode, so I'm basically am, God in the Minecraft world. So I got a bunch of TNT, I just started blowing stuff up, but I specifically blew up this one area where a village was at. And man, I just started freaking just blowing all this crap up. Man, it was just ruins everywhere. And oh god, and then I had this idea. Let's create the deepest crater in the world. And it turns I had no idea this was a thing, but I actually dug through the other side of the freaking world. I didn't dig a hole of China or anything, but what I ended up doing was I didn't know that the freaking world, I didn't know there was an under part of the world. I didn't know you could actually dig that far. That's freaking nuts, what I ended up doing. And so then, I freaking just hey, I have this tiny hole that goes all the way to the other end of the world. Why not, expand upon it? Expand the freaking hole. God. So I had some fun doing that. God, yeah. Okay, so if you hear some just little ticks or something in the background, it's my controller. Now my controller's not broken or anything. I'm actually using it's a Nintendo Switch Pro controller. It's the one that looks like a GameCube controller. And but the thing is, the buttons are actually pretty clicky, and personally I don't mind. But whenever I'm in but the only part I actually do mind is whenever I'm calling someone, and they can just hear the loudness on my freaking controller. Shoot. But other than the clickiness, again, actually I prefer my controllers clicky. I don't know why I'm just like that, but shoot, other than that, it's a pretty damn good controller. Now, and actually, for some reason, it does not have HD rumble, or any rumble for that matter. It's kind of weird seeing that the original GameCube controller had rumble, so you would think they would at least put that in, but no. But it still supports motion controls. It's still a freaking GameCube controller that's wireless, and it works on the Switch. And the battery life in this thing is tremendous. Wow. So it doesn't have a rechargeable battery. Instead, you gotta put 2 AA's in there, but it gives it a good amount of weight. Shoot, it feels so freaking good, and wow. And I don't even remember the last time I freaking changed the batteries out in this thing. and like, I mean, if it was low on battery, it would, you know, there's a little blinking light on it, which it would tell me, indicate, it would indicate for me that, you know, the battery's low. But I mean, again, it's been so long, I have no idea when. I can't recall when the last time I freaking changed the batteries out. Like, I'm assuming it was sometime in the last decade, 2019, something like that. But shoot, like, damn, the battery is freaking good on this thing. I love it. I absolutely do. All right, so right here, I'm not too sure about my microphone, if it's picking up the sounds of my controller or not, but whatever. So let's get on, you know, with the main topics here. So actually, so the topic I'm going to be talking about today is actually the topic I originally wanted to talk about yesterday. But then like, well, not unexpectedly, I just ended up, you know, doing a little, what you call it, session, recording session with, you know, with Caleb and Victor. So I mean, I actually, on yesterday's podcast, I did actually mention what I'm going to be speaking about in a second here. But, you know, it was kind of like basic, you know, because here's the thing. Whenever I do podcasts with friends, the thing is that, sure, I can just, you know, talk and do my thing, but I don't want to, like, you know, I mean, even though it's my show, you know, I don't want to completely take over, you know, whenever I have, you know, guests, you know, like, I want to give them a chance to talk. And, you know, you guys, you know, being this far into the, you know, to the season, yeah, you guys already know, like, if I, you know, talk on one subject, you know, it's gonna branch off into another, then to another, and, like, I'm pretty much, I'm just, like, non-stop talking. So, you know, and I try to prevent myself from doing that by kind of just, you know, shorthanding it, per se. Yeah, shorthanding it for, you know, sorry, I'm splitting my focus here because I'm trying to build this thing in Minecraft. But yeah, like, again, I forgot what I was talking about. See? Oh, damn it. Okay, so anyways, point is, I don't like, you know, stealing everybody's thunder. Like, I mean, if I have people over, I want to let them speak too, you know. You already know me. You know, I speak about one thing, I'm gonna go off in a tangent, and I'm just gonna keep on, you know, speaking. So, yeah. So I want to try to be, you know, more. I want to try to be respectful to my guests. Period. So that's my little thing. So the topic, I mentioned this yesterday. So yesterday they put me in for the first time ever, my boss put me in the baby section, the stock. Shoot. So actually, so there's a couple of reasons why I like. For, you know, working, you know, in my position for like 3 years, and seeing that, you know, and all this time I've never worked in the baby section, is because shoot, I mean, for like literally until like maybe a month or two ago, we were never like required to actually stock that area. Like, that area was always done by overnight. And so then, you know, new management came in, and she said, all right, you know, we're gonna have to do this from now on. You know, overnights, you know, they're not going to be doing that for us no more. I mean, maybe if, like, you know, if it's a really bad day, and, you know, only, like, freaking 5 people show up, like, damn, today, and, yeah, you know, we're barely able to finish grocery, and we can't really touch infants. Yeah, you know, overnight we'll do that. But anyways, so yesterday, it was actually a pretty good day. We had we had a decent amount of people, but the trick was that, you know, freaking, like, the automotives guys, they unloaded our trucks for us. The daytime people, like, pretty much done all of our, grocery stuff for us. So really, well, almost all of it. So pretty much, like, it didn't take us very long to finish our own stuff, and then, like, for a good amount, for, like, literally most of the day, like, because we were finishing stuff real quick, but we, you know, we didn't want to get, you know, escorted into other areas of the store and start stocking them. So we all just, like, fiddled around for most of the, you know, for, like, most of the day. But anyways, how does this connect to me working in infants? Well, my manager, you know, she noticed how we were screwing around, so, you know, she made us to, you know, stock the places that we're supposed to stock. And seeing that, you know, we're pretty much finished with everything by, you know, by lunchtime, well, see, she wanted to originally put me in infants like as soon as possible, but I mean, other things happened, and pretty much like all my bosses just love putting me everywhere because, well, why not? So, freaking yeah. So it took. So I mean, a while. I mean, it was quite a while before I eventually met my freaking first time in infants, but here, let's see. But I mean, after doing all like the multiple tasks that everybody around the store was telling me to do, I finally went into infants. Now, thing is, so other than the reason why, you know, we were never required to stock it, I've always actually, like, another reason why I've always stayed away from, I always refrained from doing infants, and every time I was ever assigned it, I would just switch, you know, with somebody else's assignment, would be because, well, first of all, I never stocked infants before, so I was just kind of kind of scared. Well, not scared, you know, because it's an entire area of the store that I've never done before. So I didn't want to look stupid, or I didn't want to be too slow on it. So freaking, I just always refrained from, you know, going there. But then too, here's the thing. I also explained this in my last podcast, but it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of lost within everything else. I personally, I do not like children. I really do not. And I especially hate babies. Like call me the freaking son of the devil. Call me Satan himself if you want. I don't give a damn. I'm just gonna say it. I hate babies. I don't like kids. I just don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that offends you. I just don't. And let's see. And being in an area like toys or infants, where I'm gonna be surrounded by kids like more often than anywhere else, and having to hear their damn cries, freaking hearing their damn whining, and just them being annoying, have freaking kids walking around like this freaking, my God, like I hated it. I don't like being around you know, kids. It's already freaking enough whenever I'm stocking grocery, and then freaking I'm freaking the Mexican family with their 12,000 kids, you know, come into the aisle, and they're all messing around, messing everything up, and I'm trying to, you know, stock over here, but I freaking can't because their kids are just going wild. And then and a lot of times, shoot, like they'll be jumping on my freaking pallets, knocking everything over. I'm like, because I really want to yell at them. You know, I really want to tell them, hey, don't do that. First of all, that's annoying. Second of all, don't do it because of your safety. I don't want them to get hurt. It's, you know, that's the funny thing about me. I despise kids. I hate them. But you know, I hate them. But the thing is that at the same time, if I was to ever see a child in trouble or in danger, I'll give my life for that kid. But I think that's because, you know, I may not necessarily like kids, but the thing is that they're still human beings. They're young human beings. And as much as I also hate people, I love people at the same time. So, I mean, shoot. I mean, if I ever see a kid in trouble, or if a kid ever needed help, hey, you know, I'm gonna give my life for, you know, for that kid. Like, and that's the thing. I may not necessarily like you, but I'll do anything for you. I don't know why I'm like that, but I mean, that's just the way, you know, the Wally rolls. My name's not Wally, but I don't know why I said that. Okay, so, anyways, what was I freaking saying? Oh, so yeah, you know, safety reasons and all that. Shoot, like, I just, God, they're just so damn annoying. God, like, I just don't want to deal with them, especially at the workplace. And, you know, okay, so I'm not really short-tempered, although I do have an anger problem. I've gained significant control over the years, especially recently. Well, by recently I mean as soon as I started working in a freaking retail store. But yeah, like, shoot, I have really good control over my anger. But like, God, but there are some close calls where freaking, I don't know why. And parents, if you're listening to this, you gotta answer me this. Why the hell would you let your kid just continuously cry, like on and freaking on? Like, God, freaking Lee. Like, even today, I was stuck in the juice section, and this one kid didn't get the one little juice he wanted. It was like some kind of Mickey Mouse thing or whatever. And he started crying his freaking butt off, and he just would not shut up. He was screaming bloody murder. Golly. Like, you could hear the damn echo throughout the entire store. Like, oh my God. I just wanted to go into the other aisle and scream from the top of my lungs, shut the fuck, kid. Like, God. Like, God. I really wanted to do it. Because this kid, I mean, I can understand, a kid freaking crying for like maybe like, a minute or two. But for some reason, this kid's mom just allowed him to cry. Freaking allowed him to cry for like 20 minutes straight. And I wouldn't mind it so much if they weren't freaking like staying in my aisle for 20 minutes. Like, what? Who takes 20 minutes selecting a soda? Selecting a freaking soda, and this kid screaming his freaking head off for that entire time. And like, shoot, a couple of times she's like, "Now stop it! No, you better stop crying now." But what is it with you parents? What is it with you parents? That's not gonna stop a kid from crying. You gotta freaking put some action into it. You gotta make them stop crying. Like, my God. Like, my freaking God. I don't want to be a parent. I'm so glad I'm never gonna be a parent. But God, like, if I was ever a parent, I would not let my kid freaking cry like that. Especially not for that freaking long. God, you're just asking for your kid to just get knocked up beside the head by a freaking total stranger, doing that. Shame on y'all, parents. Shame on freaking y'all that just let your kids cry like freaking 20 minutes straight and don't even do a damn thing. Yeah, it's nicely telling him, "Oh, stop crying, no." That's not gonna freaking work. Like, my God. Like, you parents yourselves need some freaking spankings. Like, Jesus. Don't even get me started on freaking people that don't believe in spankings. That's a whole nother topic. Because I might discuss it later. Seeing that I'm not even 20 minutes into my podcast yet. Well, let's see how this goes. Anyways. God. So, yesterday, they finally put me in infants. But the good thing was that it was after the store had closed. So, I didn't have to worry about no customers or no babies, crying or anything like that. So, I thought, it's all Gucci and stuff, And it was all Gucci. Freaking, there wasn't that much there was like barely like a half pallet of things at the stock, and freaking had another guy helping me, and it was all good. It was really good. Shoot, it was actually an enjoyable experience, and without the distractions, freaking like customers being slow and kids being annoying. I was actually able to learn the area. Now, infants is a pretty decent sized area. So I'm also a fast learner when it comes to work. So I was so glad that they picked that day to finally put me in infants, and that time, right after freaking the store closed. Yeah, the heavy do infants. Shoot. So at least I can't have. So at least I don't have the excuse anymore. Oh, I don't know how to stock infants. I've never been there before. Well, yeah, that excuse is gone. But my other excuse is still present. I still don't like kids, and I still don't like the idea of being around them all day. God. Shoot. So, but actually, surprisingly, there was no actual problem. Not surprisingly, the store was freaking closed. There was no problem with kids or anything like that, yesterday, because, whatever. But what I noticed was that, God, I know people have always told me, especially my mom, when she used to have talks with me, saying, "Now remember, don't be like me and your dad. Don't have sex young, because having babies, at that age, it's hard and it's expensive and all that." Okay, so I got the whole lecture. I get it. I get it. Taking care of a child is a big responsibility, and it can get pretty pricey. But Jesus freaking Christ, I had no idea how expensive, just how expensive everything was. Like, oh my god, like just the price for strollers. I'm not strollers, car seats. They're literally like they're literally their freaking namesake. Car seats. They're freaking like baby-sized seats that you would put in your car, you know, and strap onto a seatbelt. Like, my god, freaking $80 for a chair? Not even a full-size chair, a baby-sized chair. Oh my god. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, that really makes you wonder. I mean, what would people rather do? Like, yeah, what would people rather do? Like, spend like what, $7 on a pack of condoms, or freaking, or freaking like or $60 for a pack of freaking diapers? Like, oh my god. God, I love stalking contraceptives. I just love contraceptives, period, because they keep unwanted children off this planet. But my lord, my freaking lord, that's a lot of damn money for freaking stuff that could have been prevented. Now, I understand some people actually want kids, and that's fine and all. I just don't like the idea of me, you know, having to deal with that. And it's just, I was just genuinely shocked at just the pricing of everything. Like, wow. God, the cost of diapers, the cost of, you know, toys and supplies, medicine, everything. Like, oh my god. Jesus Christ. And you really think about it, freaking, you have all these like people who in low income families just spitting these kids out left and right, and you have these freaking Mexican families, and okay, it's not racist if I say it, because hey, I'm Hispanic myself, so I get to use, so I say I get to use this freaking stereotype all I want. Crawl all you want. So you have all these freaking Mexican families with like, again, like 12,000 kids, and again, they're in low income situations, and I'm like, how do you guys afford all this? Like, Jesus, you can't even afford a rent, but you can somehow afford to freaking take care of a child and pay for all the expenses that it comes with. Like, my god. Like, that's, like, god, I wouldn't be able to do that. First of all, semi-salute to you, but god, like, I would not be able to do it. I can't. Jeez. Oh my god. My god. So anyways, yeah, so what about my experience with babies? Why do I hate them so much? Other than the fact that I just find them really freaking pissy annoying. Well, let's see. I mean, it's just kind of how it's always been. Like, well, I mean, not always been. Okay, so I hadn't always been this way. Like, all bitter when it comes to freaking toddlers and babies and stuff. Because, let's see. Actually, there was a time in my life when I wanted to be a father, where I was dead set on becoming a parent someday. And I used to say things like, yeah, I can't wait till I'm an adult, because I'm gonna find me a wife, and we're gonna have 3 kids together. I'm gonna name them Apollo, Luke, and Grace. Yes, I'm gonna be a father. Yes, I cannot wait to be like every other normie out there. Well, I never said that last part, but still, I might as well. Now, for the longest time, yeah, I just always had this picture in my mind saying, or not saying, I always had this picture in my mind that I would be freaking, that I would have a family, you know, that I would have a beautiful wife and 3 kids. And why 3? Because I like the number 3, and plus I thought, you know, I mean, my parents already done the 2, so why not 3? I didn't want too much, but still. And it was all fine and dandy. But then I started using my head. Like, freaking senior year. Whenever I used to talk, when we would talk about our futures and stuff in class, and I would always mention that I wanted to be a father of 3 children. But the thing was, it was that, like, at the time, you know, like any other freaking senior in high school would think about, you know, college, you know, and how expensive that's gonna get, especially if you're like me and you're unlucky when it comes to getting a scholarship. And so I thought, man, like, shoot, either I'm gonna have to work my butt off, you know, yeah, either I'm gonna have to work my freaking butt off to, you know, to get the money to pay for college myself, or it's gonna have to come out of mom and dad's pocket. Now, thankfully, I work for my freaking tuition, but still, like, God. But what if like, yeah, but what if I freaking like have a kid that's so lazy or something like that? Not lazy, but freaking a kid that doesn't you know have the fortune of getting a job, and then freaking, oh well, you want to go to college? Well, damn, I gotta pay for it all. And then I started thinking, I want 3 kids. I have to go this 3 possible times. Like, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of money. And what if I don't actually? What if I end up not making that much? Shoot. Actually, my first concern, you know, back then should have been, oh my God, how much is freaking toddler stuff? How much is baby stuff? Oh my God, freaking car seats can't possibly be $80. Diapers can't possibly be $60. Oh my God. So, I mean, it's little moments. I mean, yeah, it was little moments like that. You know, growing up in my, you know, my late high school days and my early, early after graduation days, that I really started becoming more, for lack of a better term, skeptical about the whole situation of becoming a parent. And you know, but I mean, even thinking that back in high school, I thought, nah, you know, I can make this work. You know, I mean, I'm a smart guy. If I say so myself, you know, I'm kind of a smart guy. You know, I can make it work. And besides, you know, it's just money at the end of the day, right? Yeah. So then you freaking get to my so after graduation, and I started working at Walmart. So I was on the remodel team, and so working on the remodel team, you work with and you see all kinds of different people. And so it was also because it was, first of all, my first time in the working world. It was also my first time, you know, well, not okay, yeah. It was also like for the first time, you know, for the first time I was 18. Okay, we're all 18 once, unless you die before you're 18. But my point is, I realized I was 18. I can legally date adults if I wanted to. So, you know, being in this environment for the first time where I'm around other adults, especially female adults, like, if I wanted to, I can date a 26-year-old. I mean, it'd be kind of weird, but I'm an adult, Missy. But I'm an adult now, so it's not illegal, and it's not entirely weird because we're both adults. Shoot, and there are a lot of times where there are some adults I actually wanted to like date back in high school when I was a minor, and then when I turned 18, when I was still high school when I turned 18. But I thought the idea of dating a freaking like grown woman, because I mean, hey, I'm 18 now. I may still be in school, but I may still be in high school, but it's legal. Shoot. So anyways, yeah, so there was this one girl I had a crush on. Her name was Cecilia, and God, she was just the prettiest woman. I have all my other co-workers. Like, wow, I had this huge crush on her, and she had this sexy, Spanish accent and all, and she did this thing with her hair and all. Like, wow, like I really wanted to ask her out. I really wanted to date her. But my thing was that I had no idea if she was single or not. Because again, unlike high school, you know, these were adults we're talking about, and adults are, first of all, much more likely to, you know, be in a relationship, but as well, there's a great chance that freaking they could be married. Now, I didn't see a ring on that finger, but still, I gotta make sure that, you know, she wasn't dating like, you know, somebody else, and albeit, you know, freaking, grown adult with freaking money, his own car, house, and all that. I mean, yeah, his own house, his own car, his own money, and all that. Shoot, like, because I think she was at the time when I was 18, I think she might have been like 25 or something like that. So yeah, so the possibility of that being it, which first of all, it actually turned out to be the possibility, but it too, like, you know, I just wanted to be safe, and so I never actually asked her out. But I mean, I kind of like, you know, but I tried as much as I can to, you know, kind of study her. You call it stalking, you call it whatever. I mean, I wasn't really stalking her. It's not like I was trying to look at her every freaking moment of the day or stalk her on freaking Facebook or anything. Shoot, I know weirdos that do that though. But anyways, like, freaking, I mean, when I was, like, during our free times, you know, I would, like, and when we would talk, you know, I kind of, you know, watch for signs. I kind of, you know, observe, you know, to see if there's any, like, indication that she was dating anyone or whatever. And then one time we got into this conversation, and you know, it was a conversation about dating people. And, you know, I started telling her, hey, you know, I would like to date a woman who's like this and that, you know, you need someone nice, you know, I mean, also preferably someone who believes in God and stuff. And the thing was, and what happened next, I did not expect. So it turned out she was a mother of 2 kids, actually. 2 kids, and the father left her quite a while, you know, long ago. And so, first of all, you know, I never had an interaction, or at least that kind of interaction with anybody in that situation, or at least with anybody who's not like a family member or whatever. But like, I never actually interacted with anybody who I was like romantically interested in, who was in that situation. So like, I was in a unique position here, you know. Yeah, I myself was in a unique position here, because like, I was really thinking, you know, okay, so she's single, she's not dating anyone, but she's a mother though. And then I really started thinking, like, so if I started dating her, would her kids start calling me daddy or something like that? Or would they expect me to be like a daddy? And then she had young kids too, and I think at the time she had a baby, you know, so I'm like, I would have to, you know, I mean, of course, you know, I mean, dating her and stuff, you know, and to get her kids, you know, to get used to me and to actually like me too, like, you know, I would have to spend time with the kids, you know, I got to play with them, you know, and for the baby, I got to change her diaper and stuff, like, I mean, I don't know if I had to actually necessarily do that, but shoot, like, would I have to start doing all that stuff? And then I started thinking, you know, this is some other man's kids though, like, I mean, at the time, I wanted kids, but, like, I wanted them to be my own, though. And so, like, it really started making me think, like, God, like, I really started thinking things over. I mean, this is the first time I actually started really thinking about this. But then, you know, being the normie that I was at the time, and still being freaking, not brainwashed, but just heavily influenced on freaking pop, you know, not pop culture, but being heavily influenced, you know, by just freaking normie culture around me, period. Shoot, I was like, nah, I can be a dad. Yeah, I may be just 18 years old and I still live with my parents and I'm just dating this girl, but hey, you know, I can be a dad. Now, the whole freaking dating thing never went through, mainly because, well, first of all, I never grew the damn balls to ask around. But then, too, I also had those doubts of me saying, yeah, I can be a dad, but do I actually want to be a dad, though? Yeah. And so, and that was another major time that made me, you know, really think about the whole situation. But even then, you know, I still never, I still never really, like, gave it some real thought. So, let's see what we're going to say next. Okay, so, and then this situation happened. So the whole remodel job, let's see, it was a temporary job. So the whole point was, you know, we technically worked, you know, we worked at the Walmart, and we were technically under Walmart's payroll, but we were actually working for a company that Walmart hired. So my boss wasn't the store manager. It wasn't any of the managers. My boss was actually, you know, the representative from whatever company, you know, that was doing the remodeling. But, you know, they still gave us the vest and made us take all, like, the tests and stuff as if we were working for Walmart. So it's kind of weird. Like, we were under Walmart's payroll. You know, we were given the vest and all that, but we didn't actually work for Walmart. I don't know. It's kind of like we had, like, a dual, like, job thing going on, where freaking it's like we worked for Walmart and this company at the same time, or this company was paying us through Walmart. I don't know, it was something weird like that. But anyways, it was all temporary. It was supposed to last from I think June to like September, but then Hurricane Harvey happened, and and we had to, and things got delayed, and obviously we're not gonna freaking go to work during a damn hurricane. But oddly enough, we go to work, during a virus, but a pandemic. But anyways, so the job was extended to to October, to mid-October. Let's see. So when October came around, and I realized that my temporary job was about to go bye-bye, I started thinking, oh shoot, I really need to look for another job, or I need to at least get Walmart to hire me, like as a full-time employee. Because again, like as soon as the temporary job was over, unless you talk to a manager about getting you a spot on like one in department's roster, you weren't gonna work there no more. Now quite a few people actually from the remodel team actually did end up doing just that. Hell, freaking me and a bunch of other people still work there today. Hell, one of the people I used to work with in the remodel team, I follow his meme page on Facebook. But anyways, that's off topic. So let's see. But at the time though, I had like a little bit of anxiety because not anxiety. I wanted to play it safe. I didn't want to freaking think that. I didn't want to just prepare for I didn't want to I can't even talk freaking tonight. I didn't want to be too unprepared, I didn't want to entirely rely on Walmart, just hire me, then and there. So I came up with a backup plan. I'm going to go out and look for jobs, look for other jobs. I got this forklift experience, I got this warehouse experience, I got all this, experience working for the remodel team, so maybe I can find some warehouse or some other retailer I can, start working at. So I went out there, and now here's the thing, and I didn't just go out there out of my own whim. I mean, first and foremost, I did because hey, I needed a job, but a secondary thing that actually kept me out there going, whether it was against my will or not, was my mom. And freaking God, like, you should have seen her the first time I was trying to look for a job. Like, first of all, like, she wanted me to freaking start working there in high school. Now I wanted to start working there in high school too, but the thing is that like I never actually had the time to do it. And for the longest time, until junior year, I never had a vehicle. Now for my 17th birthday, my parents got me a car. So I was like, yeah, so this will make, getting jobs much easier because everything doesn't have to be walking distance. But the thing was that, I still had, a ton of homework and stuff to do. So I thought, am I really going to be able to balance school and work? Now, and especially towards the end of senior year, she really wanted me to, start getting it, to get a job like then and there. Because, obviously, especially, for next semester, like for next college semester, I'm gonna have to be going to school and working at the same time. So so I really do need the prior experience to really give me a taste of how that's gonna be and know what to expect and see what I can do. But the thing was though, is like she was, God, and she's just this way, but damn, it drives me freaking nuts. Like, God, she's like very, very persistent. Like, so persistent in fact that she'll just like, if I didn't come home without being hired or something like that, she would just treat me like absolute trash. Like, she would just countless nights I would come home saying, yeah, I was out, for 10 hours all day today, applying for jobs. And then she'd be like, did you get hired yet? And I'd be like, I don't know, we gotta see. And she'd be like, don't talk to me. Freaking like, I was like, okay. And this went on for a long while. Well, it felt like a long while. It was a few weeks, but still, like, when you're getting treated like that for weeks on end, for days on end, yeah, like it gets, first of all, it gets really old and it starts really freaking hurting you. Like, God, like, I mean, this is my freaking mom we're talking about here. Like, you know, she's supposed to be there to love and support me. And this may be, this here maybe just be an example of tough love. But, I mean, come on. God damn, I'm trying to do my freaking best here. Like, I'm actually out there doing stuff. It's not like I'm out there doing nothing. But whatever, freaking, she still had she still had the same mentality of of how to treat me ever since, I was a freaking kid. Damn those video games you're playing all day, you're always playing. Wow, like freaking, you're always lazy. You can't even do your chore and you can't get a job. No. Freaking, like, oh my God, how haven't you done this yet? Wow, like you're so damn stupid. La 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 la. All that kind of bull crap. Freaking God, and at that time, like, shoot, like for the entire time, like I made a vow to myself, not even the touch a video game until I got employed. Shoot. But still, she's continued to blame it on that stuff, and she still continued to treat me as if I was just some stupid kid, that couldn't do anything right. So I got fed up with it, and I said, you know what? She's gonna freaking hurt me like this, freaking like emotionally abuse me like this. I'm gonna hurt her back, freaking, because I know how much she really wanted me to be a father. Because actually, well, I mean, both her and my dad, they've always looked forward to me being a freaking father. Because really, and especially now, it's really freaking evident. All they want to do is be freaking grandparents. Like that's their freaking goal for me. They just want to be freaking grandparents. And so I thought, you know what? I'm gonna hurt her. You know what? I'm just not gonna have kids. I'm not gonna tell her yet. But shoot, I'm gonna save that as ammunition, for whenever she really gets to me. And then we'll see her cry. Yeah, we'll see her freaking cry. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, freaking the deed will be done. Yeah, and we'll give her a taste of her own freaking medicine. God. But like, damn, like that. But then, like, at that time, whenever I vowed to do that, though, like a big part of me found big relief. Because here's the thing, I worked in remodel in a retail store, so I wasn't just working in the warehouse, getting the supplies and stuff. I was actually in the store remodeling the store. We replaced a bunch of old fixtures within the store, like shelves and stuff, and entire aisles. We would empty them out. We would we'd empty them out. We would put in the new stuff, and then sometimes we would even restock the entire aisle, given with a whole lot of help. And shoot, we even did the same thing for the freezers and stuff and the frozen section. But one thing, working in a freaking grocery store all day, I realized how frequently freaking kids cry. Like, I found it so freaking annoying, and I really started thinking, wow, and these poor parents have to go home with these kids. My Lord. I hope my kid's not like that. I know my kid won't be like that. Although I was stupid as a kid. I know my kid won't be like that. Yeah. Stupid freaking. Yeah, well, I mean, what a stupid way of thinking. I should have just accepted it right then and there. I actually don't want to be a father. Like, freaking, like, the whole reason why I wanted to be a father so much, actually, and that leads me, to when I actually decided, I was gonna freaking hurt my mom by saying, I didn't want to be a father. Freaking, like, so at that time, I really started thinking, why in the Kentucky Fried Heck did I want to be a father? Like, what, like, inspired me to be one? What drove me to want to be one? And then I freaking just, after like literal hours of thinking it, nothing, absolutely hot damn nothing. Like, literally, I was only doing it, like, I came down to this conclusion, I was only wanting to be a parent because everybody else was doing it. because because in this society, it's kind of expected out of you. Like, I mean, sure, people say, yeah, it's your choice to have sex and all that, and people say, yeah, it's your choice to have an abortion. It's your choice to be, to do what you want. It's your choice, to freaking break the law. It's your choice to do this and that. But even though, and it's quite, and naturally, it's quite obvious that it is a choice, but, and especially now with the whole, world population being at over 8 billion, but shoot, like, but nobody ever makes it clear that being a parent is also, like, very optional. It's a choice. But in this society, freaking everybody expects you. Like, they don't even ask you, do you want to have kids? No, they ask you, when are you going to have kids? Like, how many kids do you want? They just, like, they don't even assume. Actually, yeah, that's the thing. They just assume. Like, it's just expected. It's expected out of everyone now. And really thinking about that drove me nuts. That drove me freaking nuts. I'm like, so societal influence. That's the only reason why I ever thought about being a father. That was all. Like, wow. So after really thinking about it and realizing with myself, I never actually had any real motive or real drive to actually be one. I was just doing it because everybody else is doing it. And I thought, that's just what everybody does, There's no thought into it. Then I put some thought into it. And there I freaking did. Like, my God. And freaking, like, and especially with my parents, and with them being Hispanic and all, and just our entire family, period. Like, my God, I can't even tell you the amount of freaking cousins I have. Like, I literally can't, because freaking a new one pops up like every freaking weekend. Like, my God, like, nobody. I mean, I'm guessing that's just kind of a thing to us Hispanics, to us, brown people and all. But, like, they just can't keep it in their damn pants. They just can't. They just go around having unprotected sex. Or sometimes, they purposely want the child. But, like, why? You already have 12 other children. And plus, you can't even afford rent, and you spend all your money on freaking weed. Do you really think it's a good idea to freaking bring another child into this world? Like, my God. Freaking, like, that's the thing. Like, everybody's all about kids. Kids. If I didn't know any better, I would say, like, freaking, like, paternity is like some kind of a religious cult. Freaking with their gods being their kids, with their churches being their nurseries. Their worship music being lullabies. Like, my God. I mean, because I'll go around talking to people about this on and offline, but from both extremes, I kept on getting the same answers. Because I got nothing but negativity towards me. Anytime I told people, I don't want kids. I don't want to be a father. I just don't like kids. Or even if I didn't tell them that I hated kids, I just told them I just don't want kids. They would go all berserk, like, oh, how freaking dare you not want kids? What? How dare you make your own freaking logical choice? How dare you make your own conscious decision? What? How freaking dare you? Like, huh? Like, and I had this one guy, and it was so hilarious. You're supposed to bring kids in this world. It's your duty. And then I replied, yeah, it might have been It might have been my duty back in the freaking, like, BC times when the whole global population was like 2,000 or something like that. But golly, this is the 21st century. There's over 8 billion people on this planet. There are freaking overpopulated countries right now. Freaking people are scavenging for food. There are poor families even in this country that can't even afford for everybody to eat because freaking there's so many damn people in the house. Like my God. And have you seen the orphanage system? Like, God, like the amount of abortions being made. Oh, you get mad at me for like not wanting kids and even hating kids, but you don't get mad at the person having an abortion. You freaking support them all the way, but you won't support me. And then freaking like in the orphanage system, there's just so many kids in foster care, and like shoot, is why not, instead of having kids, why not just adopt kids? Freaking, like, because those kids already exist, and they freaking need love a lot more than freaking kids that they need like genuine love much more so than just kids that just pop out of nowhere here. Like, my God. And I even told myself, you know what, if I was to freaking ever be a parent, I am not having my own children. I will freaking adopt. Like, I will adopt from the orphanage system, because you know why? Because there's already enough damn people on this planet, and I know me doing that ain't gonna change a damn thing, because I'm only one person. It ain't gonna make no significant change. But shoot, like, at least I won't be contributing to the problem. My God. Like, I get so much negativity from this. And eventually my parents did find out, like, somehow. I remember they were looking through my freaking notes one time, and they freaking found out, that I wanted to be childless. And I can tell that they were kind of pissed, kind of worried, and they were concerned, like, and they're like freaking like there. So we had a conversation. It wasn't exactly like a lecture, although it ended up kind of being like that. But like, shoot, like, by the tone of their voice, you could tell they're, like, again, pissed, concerned, and shocked. Like, and they really, really, even to this day, really want me to change my mind. But I still stand. No, you can't make me change my mind, and I won't change my mind, especially not for you. God. And shoot, like, God. And so, like, I mean, I guess I guess they respect my decision. They respect my decision now, but there'll still be times when freaking my dad will have a conversation with the entire family, and he'll be like, remember, kids, you got to do this, because someday you're gonna be leading families of your own. And then he will take a quick glance at me, and then he will, like, kind of, like, really watch out what he's saying. He would really choose his next words wisely. But then, like, he'll have a conversation afterwards with me, saying that, look, I know you don't want kids someday, but I really, really hope you change your mind. And, like, my God, the way he said it, and just the whole fact of him saying it, even well after me freaking explain to him my decision, and just him damn well knowing that I just don't want any, I don't want that. Like, wow, like, that is just disrespectful up the rear, and like that's just a total dick move. Like, I'm sorry, but wow. Like, wow. It's like telling a freaking chemo patient, I know you want to get through this and you want to get better, but I really hope you don't. Like, wow. Like, wow. Shoot. I mean, apparently it's not enough that my freaking sister, being the complete opposite of me, she's gonna end up making she's gonna end up making my parents grandparents, like, so much so to where, like, I won't, like, shoot, like, she's probably gonna end up being the stereotypical Mexican lady with, like, 12 kids. I mean, she's gonna be like that. She's gonna have so many kids of her own that my parents won't even need to freaking badger me for kids, because there will already be enough from her to make up for the lack of mine. But I can still imagine them wanting more, anyways. So freaking God. And that leads me to my most recent freaking reason why I just don't like the whole idea of parenthood altogether. It's because freaking, like, again, everybody expects it out of you now. They don't even freaking, like, ask anymore, or they don't even ask if you want it anymore. They just assume that you do, and I hate it. Like, whatever happened to freaking, my body, my choice. Whatever happened, to make your own decisions. Make life as you want it to be. Oh, you don't want to have kids? Well, okay, we'll do everything except for that. God. Like, and that's also why, you know, like, I mean, first of all, I mean, despite the fact that I'm freaking ugly as hell and that no girl wants to date me, but also too, like, that's another reason why I never really dived into the whole dating scene after, you know, after my whole thing with Cecilia, because, like, the thing is that I cannot, like, seemingly every damn female on this planet wants to be a mother if they aren't already one. And even if they're already one, they want to be more of a mother. Like, they want, like, oh, you already got freaking 13 kids? Oh, I want 18 kids. I want 27. Like, God, like, shoot. I mean, it must not hurt to give birth. I mean, if you're asking for so many kids and you're always wanting more and stuff, because wow, like, it must truly hurt more to get kicked in the balls than it does giving birth. Because wow, like, Jesus. Because I mean, you want that over and over again. You get kicked in the balls. You don't ever want that again. Like, God. Man. I can't deal with these people. I can't deal with their children either. But I mean, as Caleb was telling me in their last podcast, that surprisingly, and I mean, I gotta check his sources and stuff, but surprisingly, freaking, it's not just, you know, me saying that, oh, freaking, I don't want to really date because, you know, so many freaking females, almost every female on this planet wants to be a freaking mother. And the ones that don't are already taken, or lesbians, or they're freaking, like, I don't know, weird, and I don't want to date them. But, like, shoot, freaking. But surprisingly, there are actual like women out there who are like the same thing. You know, they don't want kids, but I mean, they apparently it's a common thing for freaking. Well, I mean, of course it'd be a common thing. It's a freaking societal norm. Freaking, there are just a bunch of freaking men out there that just want to be fathers, and that's what they're afraid of, because seemingly every man wants to be a father. I'm like, wow, there are more people just like me. That's amazing. Oh God. So here we are at the last 3 minutes of my podcast. I'm going to try to wrap everything up here. Usually I do it at the last 5 minutes, but by the time the 5-minute mark went off, I was in mid-conversation. I didn't want to just cut myself off at a weird time. So, I mean, so that's the thing. You know, I don't like kids. I've concluded long ago that I don't want to be a father, but, you know, people just have a hard time accepting that. So, I mean, whatever, you know, they can get mad and pissy all they want, but, I mean, I'm not going to change my mind just for them. I mean, shoot, you out of your hot damn mind if you think that. Like, again, I don't have a problem if you want to have kids. I mean, shoot, like, that's the thing. Like, I don't have a problem with you wanting kids. Just keep your kids away from me. Like, shoot, I'm not going to go off and freaking roast you and just, like, you know, damn near kill you just because you have one. Like, I'm not. I'm gonna respect your decision. I'll even respect your kid too, despite the fact that I may not necessarily like your kid. But the thing is, I just hope and pray that you do the same for me. You know, you may not like the fact that, you know, that I'm like this. But all I ask is that you at least respect my, you know, that you at least respect me in that matter. You know, just come on. In the same way I respect you wanting to be a freaking, you know, a parent to a crotch goblin. You know, freaking, you know, be respectful to me. You know, in my, you know, not conquest, but in my, you know, in my decision, you know, just to live a childless life. That's all. God. So, anyways, the last minute of the podcast. Well, actually, the last like 40 seconds. So thank you for listening to my podcast. Now that you've listened this far, Shoot, so this would be episode 11, I think. 11 or 12. I gotta check later. But anyways, interview with Pumbaa, the owner of this podcast station, coming real soon. So stay tuned and thank you. This is Asiago on 3am Thoughts signing off. Good night.